Welcome back, Tangerine Tagalongs. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Maddie, and we are Tangerine Travels. So yesterday, we asked you in a pinned comment what video you would like next, and the winner actually was how we make money while traveling in Mexico. And this morning, we tried our darndest to make that video, but what actually happened was we found out that it is a way more complex topic than we thought it was, so we're going to have to postpone that video so that we can gather our thoughts and put them more concisely for you guys to really do that video justice.
And that's going to be our 100th video tomorrow.
So we thought that was more fitting anyway.
We've been traveling through Mexico for 3 months now, and we've been staying at an Airbnb every single night, but we just moved into our first long-term rental.
So excited!
So we thought it'd be a great time to a tour of our new place, living expenses, and give you an idea of the cost of living in Mexico.
So first we're gonna do the tour, and the place that we're staying right now for the next 2 months is in a really great neighborhood. It's just a few minutes walking distance from a ton of restaurants, including the very sought after Avenida Chapultepec, where there's even more restaurants and bars and fun things to do. Without further delay, first we're gonna show you here, we have this nice area where Alaska can run around. Over here we have covered parking for our car, and it is inside gates, as you can see behind me. These are the garage gates, and then we come right this way. Here we have the entrance to our place, unlock, and then we come up this spiral staircase. It's a wolf! We have a wolf! There's a wolf!
There's a wild animal.
So we come up here, this is a nice living area that we have, which looks out on the private balcony that overlooks her yard. They're still doing some gardening back here. She's working on planting some things. We come back in here, and then over this way is the kitchenette. Before we moved in, none of this existed, but now we have a stove, a sink, a refrigerator, some cabinets, and then if we walk up these stairs, this comes right into our bedroom. On the left here, we have a private bathroom that's attached to it, and it has a shower here. We have this window, which actually opens up to the roof, but it allows nice airflow to come in, so it keeps it nice considering there is no AC in this place, just like most rentals in Guadalajara. A nice large bed, and it is incredibly comfy. As you can see, we've got another window here, so a lot of light gets let in, and it is incredibly spacious. Before we moved in, she was doing a lot of remodeling in here, so the floors are new, it's been repainted. There's a lot of really cute details that Anna put into this place. As you probably noticed, this place has furniture in it. None of that is ours. This place is completely furnished. All of that is included in the rent, which we'll be talking about later in the video.
Make sure you stick around. We'll give you the full cost of everything that we have to buy here in Mexico.
From owning a car and the type of permits that we need, gas prices here, what it costs for entertainment things like going to the movie, rent costs, what type of phone plan we have, what we're doing for water,
using Uber,
food, cocktails. Those are all the things that we're going to be going over.
Since we brought a car here that's not registered in Mexico, we had to get a temporary vehicle import permit, or referred to as a TIP, and that was about $460. It's good for 6 months. Approximately 400 of that is refundable whenever we take our car out of the country.
That's going to vary slightly just depending on the exchange rate. The next thing that we had to purchase when coming into Mexico was a tourist visa. It is 500 pesos each, and that is good for 6 months in Mexico. If you're taking a car to Mexico, you actually need to have 2 insurance policies, one in the US and one in Mexico. We got the highest coverage possible in Mexico and a 12-month plan just because it was the best value, and it cost $439 US for that year. I kept my same policy that I had in the US with Geico, and the lowest coverage you could possibly get, which is $60 US. I'm not actually sure why you need to have 2 insurances or why you need to have US insurance if you are in Mexico and just driving in Mexico, but them's the rules and you gotta follow them.
Filling up our car. Gas costs about 17 to 19 pesos per liter, which depending on the exchange rate is about $4 per gallon. Thankfully, we have a Toyota Prius, which gets really good gas mileage.
For us, it's about 50 to 70 miles to the gallon, so that means we're not spending a whole lot on gas. What we do spend a lot on the road between places is the toll roads. Depending on where you're driving, in our experience, it's been between 16 pesos for a toll road and upwards of 250.
We encounter toll roads when we're driving from city to city, not driving within a city itself.
So coming up, we are going to be talking about how much our rent costs in this apartment. Make sure to stick around for that. If you're liking this video so far, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel to learn more about our travels and adventures here in Mexico. We also recommend that you gong that bell so you get notified every time we put out a new video. Let's get back to it.
Next on the list is water.
This is something people often ask and we were worried about before we came. Is the water in Mexico safe? We didn't want to take any chances, so we got this product, a water filtration doohickey, this little robot called the Berkey, so that no matter what the rental we were in, where we were at in Mexico, we never had to worry about it. All we do is grab water from the tap, or really from a pond or anywhere else, from the toilet if you're desperate. Pour it in the top here. We also add a few drops of black walnut and wormwood tincture to kill any bacteria or parasites. We just put a few drops of that in the top as well. It filters out everything except for bacteria. And then what you have after it works its magical magic is clean water that comes out. It filters out everything from heavy metals to fluoride. We'll put a link to this product down below in the description in case you would like to buy one for your travels as well. We use, love, and trust this Berkey.
As is the case with a lot of things, when it comes to food, your cost is going to vary a lot on your taste. If we're buying groceries, we might spend $20 buying a bunch of produce, and that's going to last us about a week. But if you're one who wants to buy specific brands that you find in the US, like Fruit Loops or something, then you might be paying more than that.
So if we're going out to restaurants, for the two of us, we almost never pay more than 200 pesos for a meal. As far as cocktails go, for the majority of the time, we are paying between 10 to 80 pesos per drink.
And it's going to be cheaper than the restaurants. If we're eating street food, we might be able to have a full meal for $1 or $2 each. And here in Guadalajara specifically, most of our drinks are in the 30 peso range. Next on the list is entertainment. To give you an example, last night, it was a Friday night, we went out to the movies. We got 2 tickets at prime time, the biggest popcorn we could get, and a large bottle of water, and we paid $13 US total.
Next on our list is Uber, and although we do have a car, we like to park it and not drive anywhere within the city. For the month of April, Uber cost us 939 pesos, and that was for 22 rides. This was probably the most Uber rides we've ever taken in a single month.
Definitely. We walk most places we go. That comes out to, I believe, 43 pesos per ride. Next on the list is our cell phone plan. We had a lot of questions about that before coming here. We use T-Mobile, and it's unlimited text, calling, and data, and for 2 lines, it's $100 a month. But they won't let you do that forever, so
we are nearing the time where we are going to have to buy a Mexican cell phone plan. From our research, it appears that a comparable plan with Telcel would be between 200 to 500 pesos per month. We're not experts on this yet because we obviously have not made the switch, but as soon as we do, we will post another video updating you on exactly what the process is like.
But please let us know what your experience is with Mexican carriers. Who do you use? How much do you pay? And what do you get? Comment below. Let us know.
You've got mail.
Once we decided to come to Mexico, that meant we would no longer have a US mailing address, so we pay $15 a month for a mail forwarding service, which receives our mail, scans it, and allows us to view everything we get online.
Alrighty, we are getting down to the juicy deets here. Until we decided to stay in Guadalajara, we were renting Airbnbs per night. The lowest we've ever paid while here in Mexico for an Airbnb is $7 per night. The highest we've ever paid is $66 per night, but on average, with weekly discounts, we're usually paying between $15 to $20 per night, and that is per month between $450 and $600.
The last and final thing, what everyone wants to know, how much we are paying for this new apartment.
So this is a 1-bedroom apartment, but it is 2 levels with a very large living area, kitchen, 1 bathroom. It's definitely the biggest 1-bedroom that we have ever seen. So included in the rent price is water, sewer, trash, gas, electricity, internet, covered parking, safe neighborhood, close to lots of restaurants, awesome landlord. We really did get so fortunate with this place, and as we mentioned before, it is newly remodeled.
And fully furnished, like we mentioned before.
Fully furnished. We kind of got a special deal with this place. We negotiated a different rate because we were going to be paying for 2 months upfront in cash.
And this is renting from the same landlord that we rented an Airbnb from.
Right downstairs.
And she is awesome, so we felt super comfortable renting from her. We are paying 6,000 pesos per month.
Before you go, we would like to ask you a quick favor. If you enjoyed this video about our cost of living in Mexico, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. We put out videos just like this almost every single day.
If you have any questions, be sure to leave them down below.
We will do our best to answer anything that you might want to know. If we left out any relevant details, please share them in the comments. One last thing, be sure to gong that bell to be notified every time we put out a new video about our travels here in Mexico. Ah! We'll see you in the next one.
So obviously we can't cover everything in this video, but in general, here in Guadalajara, we pay about 1/3 of the price for everything that we would have paid for in Phoenix. So if we're going out to a restaurant, it'll be about 1/3 of the cost. Movies, 1/3 of the cost. Rent, 1/3. Just about everything is 1/3 if you're in doubt.